maybe 2 yards on the carry as Crockett hit him and takes him down after a 2-yard gain. So that'll bring up 3rd down and a long 3 for the Trojans into the game. Well, Reynolds now comes back into the game. Carson will come out for the Blue Devils.
This reminder, Blue Devil action next week will be at MTSU on the campus of MTSU Horace Jones Field, Johnny Red Floyd Stadium, for the Oakland and Lebanon game.
3rd down play for the Trojans. Want to give it to the second guy. Not much of a chance. Reynolds has him. Can he take him down? He does. And Tommy, that time they tried the belly-to-belly play, and Reynolds came in and was in there on Saylor before he had a chance to hand it to Curtis.
That's one way to stop it, Sam, is you get to the quarterback before he's got a chance to hand that football off, and a good job of penetration by the Lebanon defensive end.
And it looks like, Tommy, the Trojans are going to go for it on 4th down. They trail 28-0 with 8 minutes to go. They will now call timeout, and we'll take one as well. We'll be back with more Lebanon Blue Devil action after this break.
8:09 to go in the football game. Cawood High School had taken a timeout. Now they're going to go on 4th and 5.
So it is 4th down, 5, as Tommy told you, from the 47-yard line. Saylor looks over the defense. Blue Devils look like they may be coming. Blitz looks like a screen. Nope. Long pass downfield will be in and out of the hands. Now they will call pass interference on Pitt. I'm not sure, Tommy, if he got there before the ball or not. Brett Johnson, the intended receiver, though.
And they're telling Bob Dillard to get back on the sideline. I don't know about that call, but when you're up 28-0, there's not a lot you can say. Pitt and the receiver both going for the football, and folks, you can take a look at that one on your replay. You can just hit the rewind button and see what you think.
That will, though, give a 1st down to Cawood as pass interference, automatic 1st down. That'll move the ball up 15 yards. And Terry, that's been kind of a thorn in the side of the Blue Devils all evening.
Sam, five penalties that were accepted at least tonight. 5 penalties tonight against Lebanon for 60 yards, 3 for Cawood for 31 yards.
So it'll be for the Trojans 1st down and 10 yards to go from the 31-yard line of Lebanon. And they'll give it to the first man up the middle. That's the fullback. He gets about a yard as Gannon at his feet. And in on the stop as well is Reynolds as it's the fullback. And the question is, Tommy, which fullback?
Well, those numbers are starting to deteriorate a little bit. It's hard to see exactly who's in there. Those light numbers just kind of fade away as they get wetter and dirtier.
2nd and 8. Ball just inside the 30-yard line. 5-man line by Lebanon. Saylor straight back, straight drop. Now he has pressure, and again, Tommy, he is taken down, this time by Ryan Alls. And again, it's a hand tackle as they got a hold of the jersey and just drug him down.
Saylor's quick, but he is not quick enough to get away from the long arm of Ryan Alls. The big junior wrestles him to the ground, just one-handed. Negative yardage on the play, Terry.
A -5, and Saylor has carried the ball tonight 7 times, all of them for negative yardage. 7 carries, -32 for Saylor.
So he's been taken down quite a few times, and it'll be 3rd down and long, right at 16 yards to go for the Trojans. They need to get almost to the 20-yard line. His wide receiver to the left is Lovely. Johnson split wide right. Saylor rolls to his right, has some time, throws across the field into the hands, but a very good tackle down on that left side by C, Tommy, and he may not have got the 1st down.
Ron C. and Jason Morris combining on the stop on the sophomore Jeremy Lee, and he'll remember that hit as he's just short of the sticks.
Well, they're going to call timeout. The head official wants to look at the play. He'll ask for the sticks to come in.
It looked like he was going to be short.
They may have gave him forward progress because C knocked him back a couple of yards, and it will be short. It'll be 4th down, and, well, you got the glasses, Tommy. It can't be more than a few chain lengths.
That's about it, Sam. Less than 3 inches to go for the 1st down for the Trojans of Cawood.
So it will be 4th down and a very short play for Cawood. 6:19 remains in the ball game. 28-0. The Blue Devils on top of their visitors from Kentucky. Homecoming 1994. Of course, you've already got to see the band pregame show and the halftime show and the car show. 4th and inches. They'll give it to the first man through. That's the fullback Farmer, and he will pick up right at 3 yards. So the first down for the Trojans as the clock nears 6 minutes remaining in this ball game. And then, Tommy, as you were trying to remind folks a while ago, next week a big road game for the Blue Devils down the road in Murfreesboro.
Playing on the turf at MTSU, and we've got Oakland, a big game for the Blue Devils. Lebanon's going to take a timeout here, so we'll take a break as well. The Blue Devils lead Cawood 28-0, and we'll be back in just a moment.
First down, 10 yards to go for Cawood inside the 20-yard line of Lebanon, as the clock is just under 6 minutes remaining in this ball game. 28-0, the Blue Devils on top. Saylor, the quarterback, he will run the belly play, gives it to Curtis. This time only about 2 yards on the play, as in on the tackle is Kenneth Nelson. It's the first time we've called his name this evening, Tommy.
Nelson getting some work in that defensive front for Lebanon is Coach Hutto and Coach Fryer, who coaches the defensive front, trying to get a few substitutions in.
We'll, as the faces change, do our best to get the names that go with them. 2nd down and 9, about a 1 yard pickup for Curtis. Saylor looks over the defense, toss sweep to the left to Curtis this time, has some blockers. Lehue chasing him, gets a hand in there across the 15 down to the 14. Will go Curtis, C in there. So is Alds and Reynolds. And about a 4 yard pickup on the play will make it 3rd and 5 for the Trojans.
Once again, I think you got to give credit to this bunch from Cawood. 28-0 is the score, but they have driven the football on several occasions tonight, and the defense for Lebanon has risen up and made a couple of big stops to keep them out of the end zone. These guys, a lot of fight in them.
So 3rd and 5 for the Trojans. Line of scrimmage is the 14-yard line of Lebanon. Defense dancing around. Rolling to the right is Saylor. Has pressure. He will just fall down this time, as in his face was Ian Crockett. So that'll bring up a 4th down and 9 situation. And, Tommy, I'm sure that the Trojans again will go for it.
They came with the play fake action in the half roll by the quarterback Saylor. Lebanon not biting on that play fake at all, as Gannon came across, Alds came across, and this time Saylor decided to take a dive and try to live to fight another day as they look at that 4th down and long.
Farmer checks out. Howard back into the game at fullback for the Trojans. 4th down and 9 for Cawood. Saylor looking over the defense. Straight drop this time. Play action, trying to set up the screen, and in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. It'll be 1st down for Lebanon, as Curtis was the intended receiver, and I'm not really sure, Tommy, he shouldn't have dropped it, as Gannon had a good beat on him.
Gannon came up and put the pressure on the receiver. He stayed home and played the screen well. And once again, folks, the Lebanon defense will not let the opposition into the end zone. Good job.
And a little bit different lineup coming into the game now for the Blue Devils. As into the game, Joey C. in at a lineman position. So is Pierre Abston. I want to say I caught somebody else. Michael Dinwiddie into the game on the line. So is Scott Haston. And in its center, no, Dinwiddie's center.
And it's Cale Cripps at left guard.
Thank you. I missed somebody. I knew I did. Reeder will turn, give it to Stafford off the left side, as he will fight for right at a yard after Walter Webb got a hold of him and drug him down.
So the second offensive line in the game for Lebanon High School is Coach Dillard going to the bench here with 3 minutes and 20-something seconds to go in the homecoming football game. Abston, Cripps, Dinwiddie, Haston, and C. That's your offensive front for Lebanon. Also checking in at a split receiver spot will be Corey Clemens.
Out of the game will come John Clemens, so here we are replacing yet again. 2nd down and 10 after Stafford didn't pick up anything on the 1st down play. High formation behind Reeder. He'll turn, give it to the fullback straight up the middle. That is Luke Shepard, and he will pick up right at a yard, maybe 2. We'll have to wait and see where they spot it. They give him about a 1-yard gain, so 3rd and 9 for the Blue Devils. With 2.5 minutes remaining in this ball game, 28-0. The Blue Devils lead the Trojans of Cawood High School out of Harlan, Kentucky, and it looks, unless things dramatically change, as if they will drop to 0-5 on the season. Blue Devils moving up to 3-1. But Tommy, as we talk, the big action will start next week for the Blue Devils.
Lebanon and Oakland next week, and Lebanon right back in regional play.
3rd down and 9 for the Blue Devils. Option by Reeder, pitches to Stafford. He has some company out there, cuts it up at the 20, out to the 24-yard line, about 3, maybe 4 yards shy of the 1st down, and we will probably see Tressler punt it away. And Tommy, we talked a few weeks ago, that's probably the key game of the season. They're all key for the Blue Devils, but that's the one they really need to win to try to be in that number 3 spot in the region.
You got to feel like Oakland, who came from behind, I think last week, had a football game where they were behind Hendersonville 20 points and came back to win in overtime. That's a team